Hello and welcome to Victoriana. It's the beginning of August. We didn't do a clip in July. We went away on holiday for a little bit. Then when we came back from holiday, we had one or two problems. The worst of which was we lost our beloved dog Polar. So firstly, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who wrote in with condolence for him. We've really struggled with not having a doggy. And so I'd like to introduce you to our new little doggy, and his name is Tufty, and he's been with us for a few days now, and we're sure that while he won't be Polar, he's going to be a great member of the family, and he's going to be a great asset up here on the nursery as well. So just say hello, Tufty. The other exciting thing that's just happened this month, or the beginning of this month, literally yesterday, was the bees arrived. So the bee man came yesterday and the bees are installed, and there'll be a separate clip all about the bees arriving, which I'll do later on. But so they're settled in and finding their feet, or if it is feet they find, I guess they're finding their wings, and settling in and enjoying their new little home, surrounded by Millie's bee mix, which is looking absolutely beautiful now. So I'm just going to give you a quick run round the rest of the nursery now and tell you what we've been up to the last bit of July and what we're up to now. The first thing that any visitor to the nursery who's been before will notice is we've actually had a good tidy up at the front. This was all done actually while we were on holiday, so it was a surprise for us as well, for Serena and I. But as you can see, it does make a difference. We've opened it right up, so it really does look much more cheerful now. So here we are up in the top field, and as you can see there's quite a lot of weed everywhere, but all the trees and bits and pieces underneath or around are all fine, growing away very, very well. We don't use any chemical weed control, obviously, that would be against our ethos, so it is a case that we need to get in here and strim, which we will do. No harm's coming to anything, and no harm will come to anything. But no, so everything that was planted earlier this year is all come away and growing away beautifully, with very, very few losses, which, considering the very dry period we have had, we have done some watering, but it has grown away beautifully. So the flower area, which was planted up by Dad a couple of months ago now, is really starting to look cheerful. At last the nighttime temperatures have started to improve, and so all the flowers are starting to look their best as well. Chrysanthemums in the background are starting to make some good height, as are the dahlias behind, which are all budding up nicely. So the entrance into the nursery and the first looks onto the flower garden area really do look quite pretty at this time. And there's some of our smaller friends. There's some partridge just disappearing there. They don't do much harm at this time of year, so they're out on the vegetable garden, off they go. And out on the vegetable garden itself, it's more a case that we're cropping quite well on all sorts of bits and pieces. We're struggling from weed, but Brian has now returned after his long illness, and he's doing 3 days a week, which is wonderful. So he's got his work cut out for him. But the crops themselves are very good. Onions are good size. Sweet corn is very small, which we can understand from the cold temperatures and the cold night temperatures. And of course we did a crop under glass, or under protection, which I'll show you in just a minute, which is much, much better and very, very good. The climbing peas have done very well this year. We've been cropping off those for 6 weeks now, and they have now come to an end actually, so they're looking very tatty and need to come out in the next week or so. But no, so the vegetable garden, apart from the weeds, which we can't help really at the moment, not enough of us and too much to do, but other than that, no, the vegetable garden's looking very good. So much to do and so little time to do it in is pretty well how we'd explain where we are on the retail beds as well at the moment. We still have a very good range of shrubs. The fruit trees are looking exceptional at this time of year. It's just unfortunate that here and there we've also got quite a lot of weed, which we are slowly getting through and catching up on as well. It's just a never-ending battle. So under glass, August is that sort of in-between time of the year. So we're clearing up in here from the busy summer, getting ready to start pricking out some autumn crops in the not too distant future. So there's quite a lot of gaps in here. There's also quite a lot of gaps outside in the cell area, because it is just literally that time of year and crops are turning over. But one thing I would like to show you is the sweet corn. I think I mentioned in one of the clips, I think it was the sweet corn clip, about growing some in containers, which is something we do every year. And here we are, literally on the 1st of August, and these are huge great cobs, and we'll be eating these probably in about the next week's time. I should think they'll be ready. So it just shows what a little bit of protection, no heat, just literally they were in the vegetable tunnel for a bit and then moved into here because we needed to space the tomatoes, and how they've really come on. So in here, yes, tidying up time of year, ready for the autumn crops. So here in the vegetable tunnel, things have finally caught up with themselves, and I think we've got over all our problems from earlier on in the year with our compost. We're completely overrun with tomatoes, we're completely overrun with cucumbers, and all the chilies are coming on and starting to colour up as well. So really good time of year, plenty to eat. We've already started seed saving on the tomatoes. Of course the chilies for seed saving are elsewhere under their own little tents, so they're not in here, but really pleased. This tunnel that's only been up a few months now has turned into a really productive area of the nursery.